Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both Mikes.
Guys, Both Mikes is a show about nothing and everything. That is Mike Sofka.
And that is Mike Taylor. And together, we are Both Mikes.
Welcome to show number 124 of Both Mikes. You can hear us anywhere you can find a podcast. Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, you name it, we got it. Check us out. Go see our website, bothmikes.com. Check out our merchandise page. We got a bunch of stuff. And celebrate Both Mikes with us.
Awesome.
So, Mr. Sofka, what's happening? How's life?
It's wonderful. How about you?
Pretty good. Went to Buckee's on Saturday.
Yeah? How was it?
Yeah, the wife was, she's like, let's go for a walk. Let's go to Buckee's. I'm like, all right. So we put the boys in the baby stroller and walked. It's about 1.3 miles from us. It's basically one road that has nothing on it but the Caterpillar, the Caterpillar like excavators and bulldozers.
Yeah.
That company's back there. So we took a walk and went down there, and it was freaking mayhem.
Really?
Mayhem. Dude, you couldn't put your arms out and turn in a circle without smacking 5 people in the face.
Nice. Well, good for them.
Everywhere, every pump filled. 104 gas pumps filled with cars.
Well, yeah, they're selling gas for like 20 cents or so cheaper than everybody else, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely less. I don't know about 20 cents, but it's less. And you go through the parking lot, Iowa, Virginia, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina.
It's a long way to travel just to get gas, but I get it.
Exactly, yeah. It's a bargain. But yeah, they plan that perfectly when people are like, well, you drive 2 hours, you're supposed to take a 20-minute break. Well, guess where we're 2 hours from?
Disney World. Oh, yeah.
2 hours from Disney World.
Right.
So people stop in both directions, and that place was just mobbed, man. And they're building a Costco across the street. So it's going to get busier. So much for the sleepy little town that we moved to.
So what'd you get at Buckee's?
Oh, geez, dude. What made me think of it between just now, I went over and I got some fudge. We bought a fudge pack variety, and I had some key lime pie fudge. And we got Rocky Road and caramel and blah blah blah. Rocky Road. I finished that one already.
So did you get like one of those little boxes they have already done up, or did you have them do it up the way you wanted it?
Yeah, the missus, I go, get whatever you want.
You decided to watch them pack the fudge.
Yes, my wife watched them pack the fudge.
Okay, I was just checking.
And I told her, just get me Rocky Road, get whatever you want. So, and the thing is, what she does is she'll take a small piece here and there, and
so it doesn't look like the piece is gone. She'll just take a sliver off, or what?
Yeah, she'll take a sliver and she'll pace herself. And me, I see it there, I open it up, then take a piece.
Exactly.
Come back 2 hours later. Oh, there it is. Oh, let me grab a piece real quick.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. She's going to end up hiding it on me because I'm going to eat the whole damn thing.
She's going to put it in a vegetable bag or something in the freezer?
One of those Ziploc bags that have the picture of mold on it.
She should go get a fake tomato that you twist apart and put stuff in the middle of and put it back in the fridge.
Nice. Yeah.
Big pickle jar. You'll never look at those places, dude.
They have the candied nuts.
Yeah.
They had a variety pack of the candied nuts. I got pecans, almonds, and cashews. I had to get that. The boys wanted some cheese and some sausage. They got that, and we got some kettle popcorn. Yeah, so we ended up having 3 bags of stuff, and of course sarsaparilla. They have that large variety of fountain sodas.
Yeah.
They have sarsaparilla. So we got the boys hooked on sarsaparilla, so they like that.
Next time I go to Buckee's, I'm going to have to be a little organized about it and show you. I found a cheaper. They offer, I don't know if it's the same people under a different label or what, but they offer another brand of jerky there. It's
Really?
Not on the jerky wall. It's not behind the jerky counter. It's cheaper and tastes better.
Really?
Yep.
And
It's kind of like a hidden thing in Buc-ee's, dude.
Ah, okay.
So I'll try to expose it next time I go. I'll do the whole thing. I may be able to piece something together before that, but yeah, I was surprised. I happened upon it and I jumped on this other jerky that they had there, and
Really?
I like, for instance, like the pepper jerky or whatever. It didn't,
Yeah.
and the mesquite. Neither one of those tastes like peppered or mesquite to me. They don't taste like that's what that is. So
Yeah, if you get true peppered, like peppered bacon or peppered jerky, it's overwhelming.
yes, exactly. That's what I want. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to choke a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. But of course, as we got out and decided to take our 1.3 mile walk home, it wasn't raining. It was just drizzling. But if you walk in drizzle for 45 minutes, you're pretty wet by the time you get back to the house. So yeah, that was our adventure on Saturday. A walk trip to Buc-ee's.
So a key U.S. baby formula plant closes again as torrential storms cause flooding. Abbott Laboratories in Michigan will probably extend shortages for another few weeks based on this. Now it's due to flooding. Yeah,
I thought that was bizarre. I forget why originally there was a shortage, but because
the government went in and shut it down.
Oh yeah, that I remember. And so they got it all cleaned up and fixed up, and things back in production, and it rains and floods like a week later.
This happened. This is according to TheGuardian.com. The development occurred 2 weeks after Abbott resumed operations following the original shutdown in February, when an investigation by the Food and Drug Administration found a contamination at the plant. The forced recall of several baby formula brands that caused disruptions across the country is a significant part of a nationwide baby formula shortage. Operation Fly, the Biden administration's attempted remedy, continues importing an additional 44,000 pounds or 548,000 8-ounce bottles of Nestle Alfamino and Alfamino Junior specialty.
Enfamil. Is it Enfamil?
No, it's ALFA.
Oh, okay.
MINO. Anyway, from Switzerland to Louisville, Kentucky, the operation's 7th shipment, and it primarily serves hospitals, home health companies, and WIC, Women's, Infant, and Children programs. Upon reopening, Abbott will resume production of EllaCare, a specialty formula for infants with specific metabolic needs. Here's my question. What are these kids eating? How are you feeding your baby? Because you can't just switch formulas midstream there. That's not, and I'm sure there's some mothers that can't produce milk or have chosen not to for other reasons. There's got to be some kids that are hurting around this country because of this, dude. It's crazy. I hope they get it straightened out.
Well, like I said earlier, you can change formulas for a baby. You just can't. It's not recommended. Luckily, my boys both are out of infant formula, and they actually use what's called a toddler formula. It has the same brain-building chemicals and vitamins that are in regular formula, but for an older kid, it's a vanilla flavored, and that one's been more readily available than the typical ones. So, if you ever see a baby formula, it's a red container with a green lid. And like I said, it's for toddlers. We found out recently, though, Nikki's had digestive issues, and we've tried, weaning him off of things and trying different things just to see if it helps with his diarrhea. And it comes out that he's probably lactose intolerant. Anything with milk in it, he gets he ends up having to change clothes at school because of it.
Mm.
So we figured more than likely it's any kind of milk product. So he no longer is on the formula, which I think is a good idea to be on it. But if it's going to mess up his stomach every morning, not a good idea. So
well, the thing that's most alarming to me is when you consider this, and just this past weekend here, over 3,000 cows die in the Southwest. I think it was Kansas. For Southwest Kansas for no good reason. There's also a graph here I'm putting up on the page here.
Is it the monkeypox? Did the monkeypox get him?
Yeah, right. You would think, right? But 3,000 cattle, that's a lot of food. That's a lot of poundage there. You figure maybe if they're 1,500 pounds a pop, that's a lot of beef. Then you take a look at this graph here. Just food processing plants since February of 2019, and it took a sharp raise in June of 2021. We went from having about 15 food processing plant destructive events to now we're close to 45. Destroyed cattle, poultry, and hogs. We're at the 35 events now. All these things took a sharp turn in February of 2021. I wonder what happened in February or January of 2021 that would make that happen.
Jewish lightning.
Yes. Warehouse fires have happened to food processing facilities, a bunch of those. So there's a graph here. Use it for what you will. Think what you will. Make up your own mind, but I'm not a believer that things happen by coincidence. You can't tell me that this shit's happening because there's a certain segment of the population that wants us to eat bugs and worms and shit because we're not allowed to eat that food. We're serfs. We're peasants. That brings us right into the alien update, my second favorite part of the show.
Buzz-looking alien! Where?
Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous to Earth people!
It's a pretty good robot. He's a little bit of an alien, too. But I think he's an alien. You could be an alien robot, right? Like, not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien, man!
All right, so Alien Update is where we talk about, well, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, all these people who have more money than anybody else on the planet. Out of 7 billion people on the planet, we're supposed to be these 6 or 7. Have done all these great things, advanced us socially more than anybody else, without any help from anyone else, and they're not aliens or they don't have alien help. Stop. According to independent.co, Elon Musk and companies are being sued over $258 billion over alleged Dogecoin pyramid scheme. Did you hear about this?
I know about the Dogecoin, but I didn't know about the pyramid scheme. So what happened?
They're trying to seek triple damages, $172 billion. They're saying that Musk used that Dogecoin. He would tweet about it and people would jump all over it, and whatever he did they followed. So if he sold, they sold. So they're saying that he was like telling people what to do and constructing a defrauded market based on that.
I guess the economic version of inciting a riot.
The guy's name is an investor, Keith Johnson, named the entrepreneur as well as his companies Tesla and SpaceX, talking about Elon Musk. This was filed in a federal court in Lower Manhattan this past Thursday. It says he was defrauded by Dogecoin in a pyramid scheme. I don't know, dude. I think that cryptocurrency, it is what it is. It's a risk, you know?
I don't understand it, and I don't know. Something's got to back it. I think it's a Ponzi scheme of sorts.
Let me ask you a question. Is your house on a golf course?
No.
Okay. If your house was on a golf course, what do you think is likely that will happen?
You probably get hit by a golf ball.
Right. Do you know in the state of Florida, if your house gets hit by a golf ball, the person who hit it's not responsible for any damage? You know why?
I did not know that.
Because you should fucking know that when you put a house on a fucking golf course. That's what happened.
Did you learn that because of where your mom and dad live?
Yeah. So anyway, what I'm trying to say, dude, is it is what it is. You know that risk going in. You know going into cryptocurrency. I didn't hear you bitching when it was up 6,000%. You were out fucking, making it rain at the titty bar. Right. I didn't hear you complaining then. Now you're complaining. It was a pyramid scheme. You got taken. It goes both ways. It's a two-way street. You knew that going in.
Yep. Yeah. I don't get it. I've always. What supports the increase? There's no. The only thing that supports the increase is the people that buy in. You know, if more people are buying into Bitcoin, it's of course it's worth more. I don't know. I don't get it. Somebody's going to be left holding the bag.
Yeah, it's not going to be me. It's like playing hot potato or musical chairs. It's like, hey,
Right.
I'm going to make some money here, but I ain't going to get stuck at the end either. Yeah, you are. When you play musical chairs, remember that party games you ever played at when you were a kid, like with
Of
10 other
course.
people, musical chairs?
Yeah.
You play with 10, 12 other people, then it comes down to 1 or 2 people, then one person wins. It's the same thing with this crypto shit. Not everybody can win. It's not all fair and inclusive. Not everybody gets a participation trophy for buying fucking crypto.
I agree. Yeah.
There's winners and losers. Lisa and I watched a movie last night, and
Yeah.
we were flipping around and trying to figure out what to watch, and we saw this movie, Senior Year. It's Rebel Wilson. She looks like she dropped 150 pounds, and she was in a coma her senior year of high school. She was a cheer captain and all this stuff. She was in a coma for 20 years, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, she wakes up. And then she goes back to high school to finish her senior year, a month left to senior year, and to be a cheerleader and prom queen and all this shit. It just goes to show you the difference in the times and all that stuff.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
one of the things I found very fascinating about this whole thing was that the social media is what it's about. It's not about anything other than your presence on social media. That's where we're at as a society right now. How your clicks, your views, your posts, that's where we're at. We don't give a shit about anything else by anybody else. So my question to you, Mike, is do you think things like that we're doing in the future here, do you think we're better off as a civilization than we were 20 years ago?
I don't know. Yeah, I think we are. You know?
I don't know. 20 years ago, that was 2003, 2002. I'm trying to think where the hell I was. What was I doing?
You were just leaving the RRC?
Probably recovering from the surgery. Yeah.
Yeah, you're back and whatnot.
Anyway, I'm looking at this, and self-driving cars crash too, but figuring out what it means requires much more data. That's according to the National Highway Transportation and Safety Administration. They're calling this a fruit bowl of data. They can't decide whether AVs and ADAs make driving safer. Mike, have you seen these cars that are automatic driving? Like they have Ubers and Lyfts and stuff like that are automatic. Have you seen that yet? Have you been in an automatic driving car?
No. The closest
will you get in one?
I don't know. It depends. Like if it was like tooling around town, yeah, possibly. Get on the highway? No.
This is that thing, I remember in junior high or hearing that story. I'm sure it was an old wives' tale or made up story about somebody who put on cruise control in their van and went in the back to grab a beer, instead of driving.
On an RV. I've heard about that.
It appears that you can do that now with these self-driving vehicles, right?
Okay. You get out of the football game downtown Jacksonville, and you hail an Uber, and one of these automatic things come up, and you hop in, and you're driving down the road, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, let's go to point B instead of point A. Driver, stop over here. Will it stop?
I don't know.
Right? Are you locked in this cube, for until you get to your destination? How do you communicate with it? What if you come upon a riot and this thing's driving along? What's it do? Does it drive through these people? Does it just stop and all of a sudden people start bashing your car and start pulling you out of the car and beating you like what happened in freaking LA with the Rodney King riots?
Mike, that never happened. Those things don't happen. This has been a summer of love the past couple of years. Those things don't happen.
Well, that was 92, but yeah, What's your angle of defense if something happens in those cars? Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things. Like, for instance, I'll give you a little quirk I have. I try not to go into buildings that have burglar bars on the windows.
Right. Yeah. Well,
shit happens. How the fuck are you going to get out?
Yeah. Well, being in the mortgage business, you come across, appraisals of property all the time. And a lot of times people will have, in certain areas, of course, will have burglar bars on their windows. My wife comes from a town where they're very prominent. And, you should have burglar bars on your damn windows. But there has to be an easy, release egress to get out of the property. And if you have an appraisal done, an FHA appraisal done in your property, you have bars in your windows, you have to have this easy latch on the bars in the bedroom, or you have to take them off in order to qualify for the mortgage. So, wow. Yeah. Most of the time you go in there, there's actually, if you're inside the property, there's a way to release it from the inside.
Well, they say there's been 273 crashes when all three manufacturers, talking about Tesla, Honda, and I don't know, somebody else here. But what they're saying is these things happen. I mean, stuff happens. Hey there, Xander. How are you? Hi.
Oh, he can't hear you. He says hi.
Hi. Is that Bucky? Oh, yeah, I see Bucky. Oh, yeah, I like Bucky's. Do you like Bucky's?
Do you like Bucky's?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
We're making a commercial for Bucky's right now.
Right.
What do you like at Bucky's? What's your favorite thing at Bucky's, Xander?
I don't know you.
I don't know you, he says.
Okay, well that's good. Don't talk to strangers. Yeah, exactly.
Now he's putting the earbud on his bear.
Oh yeah, the bear's got to hear. Yeah,
he's right there. Yeah, that's who I'm talking to.
Hey.
All right, you going to bed?
Yes.
Yeah, give me a kiss.
I don't want to open yet.
It's getting dark out. You have to go.
Go my Bucky.
Thank you, Bucky. All right, Bubby. Tomorrow's the first day of summer.
Right.
All right, good night. Close the door behind you. Don't go away mad. Just go away.
Just go away.
Close the door.
Speaking of that, my brother went to the show. My brother went to the Orlando show.
I saw that. And
Tommy Lee looked like he played.
He played for about 4 or 5 songs. Yep. I was actually offered a free ticket to go, and I didn't. I digressed because of taking Xander to the movies.
Sure.
I could actually bought another ticket and had Brenda take both boys and me go to Orlando, but driving 2 hours to get there and then having to park in that wonderful neighborhood the Citrus Bowl is at.
Yes.
And meet up, get the ticket. It looked like a decent seat. Remember the La Fontaines?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They had an extra ticket and they offered it to me.
Oh wow.
And then I was like, then the show's over at 11. But this show was actually rain delayed by 30 minutes, so the show was over at 11:30.
Oh.
And then I would have had a 2-hour drive home, so probably stop and get something to drink and eat on the way home.
Right.
1 o'clock in the morning, and then have to be up at 6:15 to get the boys ready and go to work.
Right.
Yeah. So it would have been. I took the high road and didn't do it, and was probably better off today not doing it. So, but July 5th, they're coming to the lovely TIAA Stadium where the Jacksonville Jaguars play, and I have 2 tickets for that show.
Awesome. All right, good.
So, plus, I did have 2 tickets for the Orlando show. I originally bought, but I sold them as resale.
Right.
I scalped them legally on Ticketmaster, and I should be getting paid for those next week.
Nice.
Yeah, extra
time,
$1,000,
huh?
right? Bought them in freaking 2019.
So according to FoxBusiness.com, U.S. economy headed for imminent recession. Fed GDP tracker shows that's a gross domestic product tracker.
Yep.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell arrived. This is the wingnut here I have on the TV there on your screens, on your Google boxes. A closely followed measurement from the Atlanta Federal Reserve Bank suggests the U.S. economy could be headed for a second quarter decline in gross domestic product, the broadest measure of goods and services produced in the country. That would mean we're in an official recession. Recessions are technically defined by 2 consecutive quarters of negative economic growth and are characterized by high unemployment, low or negative GDP growth, falling income, and slowing retail sales, according to the National Bureau of Economic Research, which tracks downturns. So my question is what do we do? Shit's getting real. What do we do?
It's been inevitable. You know, we joined a real estate investment group back in 2014. And I remember them talking about home prices have been steadily going up for X amount of time. And I remember them saying that the way the flow goes, the up and the down trends, that we have about 18 more months of this upward trend, and then we should start seeing that trend come down, that the prices come down and the inventory increase because of the prices. Well, here we are 8 years later, and it's finally happening.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been good for so long, since probably 2012, and what I was talking about was 2014, and here we are 8 years later. So it happens. It's going to happen. It always happens. It's the way it is. It can't be good all the time. It just sucks that we're going to have to bear through it. We'll see what happens.
When was the last time you had to fill up your vehicle?
I filled up Brenda's last week, and I put like $20 in mine because hell, I don't go anywhere.
Right. Is a fill up on that SUV like what, $80, $100?
I think it was like 65.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That gets you about 400 miles.
Yeah. Yep. So, not cool. I remember when I was broke, and my wife at the time had a minivan, and it was a 20-gallon tank, and I stopped at like the Walmart freaking gas station to put like $10 or $20 in it, and I had my daughter with me, and I put the nozzle in, and I'm not paying attention. I'm talking to her, and we're talking back and forth, and all of a sudden I hear click. And I turn around, and it was $74.
Wow!
Yeah, and I meant to put
drive off.
What's that?
Was that your first time driving off without paying, or what?
Yeah, no, that was credit card, debit card before you pump, yeah, I meant to put $10 or $20 in because that's all we had was like $10 or $20 to put in it, and yeah, that. My ex-wife completely flipped out. I'm like, sorry,
right.
Got distracted. Yeah.
So according to KCCI.com, this is the nightmare. Gas station manager fired after glitch sold gas for 69 cents per gallon instead of $6.90 per gallon. This is in Sacramento, California. A manager at a California gas station was fired after accidentally selling gas for a fraction of the actual cost. 69 cents instead of $6.99. Quote, "It was a mistake that I did, and I thought this is a nightmare." Well, the glitch allowed hundreds of customers to save thousands on premium gasoline, he explained. "I put all 3 prices on except the diesel, but the last one kind of didn't go, right? The decimal for the gas price went to the wrong spot, which had customers posting on social media to spread the word about where to get 69-cent gas per gallon instead of the intended $6.99 price."
Wow.
He went on to say he would have done the same thing. He took responsibility for it, said it's his fault, and he got fired. GoFundMe page has been set up where they've raised $20,000, which is the revenue the gas station lost due to the glitch.
Give it to the guy or give it to the gas station?
Probably the gas station, hoping to get the guy his job back. But that it's just like you said. What if you turned around and filled it up and it was $7.40, and you're like, what? Hell yeah, honey, get down here, bring the oh, it's 69 cents a gallon. Oh, it's a mistake. Tell all the kids to bring all their cars. Tell everybody I mean,
yep.
Bring garbage cans. We'll fill them bitches up.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, dude?
The least I ever paid per gallon for gas was 83 cents. That was the summer of 86, and that was for regular leaded gasoline for my 68 Mustang.
Good old leaded gas.
Yeah, leaded gas in Austin, Texas. Yeah.
Dude.
Long.
Can you imagine,
time
dude?
ago.
69 cents. Oh my God.
Yeah. And like $13 fills up your gas tank.
Crazy.
Yeah. I'll take it.
According to 9news.com, Kroger and Walgreens recall over-the-counter acetaminophen bottles. Both Kroger and Walgreens bottles lack the required child restraint packaging, posing a threat to children.
Okay.
About 34,000 Kroger and 137,000 Walgreens brand acetaminophen bottles are included in the recall. The Consumer Product Safety Commission, which shared the recalls on Thursday, calls for the specific 100-count Kroger bottles of acetaminophen and 150-count extra-strength Walgreens bottles. I guess kids can get into these a little easier than others.
Right. Did someone make different bottles with ease, without the child-proof lid? Or is it the caps? Did you forget to put the foil on it?
Come on, it's a TV station. It's not real news. The over-the-counter bottles pose a risk of poisoning a young child if swallowed. Child-resistant packaging is required by law under the Poison Prevention Act passed in 1970. Consumers with the recalled item are encouraged to store the bottles in a safe location and out of a child's reach. Additionally, consumers may contact Kroger and Aura Health for instructions on receiving a full refund.
Wow.
I'm looking at the pictures of some of these aspirins here.
Oh, they look like the safety caps to me. Makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't understand how that happens.
Yeah. Who knows? It's how many hands does it go through before it goes into the box and off to the store? And no one went, hey, supervisor, this doesn't look right. No one said that? So,
it's a crazy world we live in.
So be it. But yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be lawsuits involving this.
Just put it on the top shelf.
So we've talked about the gas prices. We've talked about inflation. We talked about electric cars. We talked about electricity in the past couple shows. We talked about the grid going down. We talked about the grid not being able to handle what it handles now, let alone they're trickling out there that the grid might get hacked. The grid might get hacked. That's the latest thing. The grid's going to get hacked.
They only need that for years.
They only need to target 9 points in the system to take down the whole country. I don't really listen to what these people say anymore. I watch what they do. Obama and Pelosi just recently bought beachfront property in Florida. I thought they said there was going to be climate change and the seas were going to rise. Why would you buy oceanfront property if the sea is going to wash your multi-million-dollar home away? That doesn't make any sense now, does it? Well, Obama just installed propane tanks at his mansion in Martha's Vineyard. No big deal, right? You should be able to do that, right?
Okay.
It's a 2,500-gallon tank. It could last anywhere from 4 to 7 years of propane.
Wow.
So why would he be doing that?
Because it's cleaner burning fuel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's against propane, dude. They want green energy. But this is what he's doing. Not electricity. He's going to convert everything off this, have a situation where he's got 2,500 gallons of propane gas for, quote, residential purposes. is in Edgerton, Massachusetts. The cost of propane gas has been rising in the U.S., with estimates from last October indicating that those who use propane to heat their homes would spend 54% more in winter 2021. The Biden administration has worked to shift the blame from rising costs of gas to Russian President Vladimir Putin, as well as oil companies. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre called for oil companies to do their patriotic duty and lower gas prices. All right, I'm just going to leave that there for whatever it's worth. You know how I feel about the situation. And again, I don't follow what people say. I follow what people do. If dude's bought a 2,500-gallon propane tank, to me, that means he thinks the grid's going down. How would he know that? Yeah, so watch what people do. Don't listen to what people say. Watch what they do. The Select Board approved a request for the 2,500-gallon commercial propane tank for 79 Turkeyland Cove Road in Katama, which is owned by President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama. We've never had a private propane tank come to us, said a Select Board member, Arthur Smadbeck, with Select Board member Michael Donnarumma, noting a private residence propane tank is typically a fraction of the quantity being requested. But surprise, his request went through. What a surprise. Mike, Ford's recalling some vehicles. You're a Ford man.
Yeah, it's their turn. What do we got?
CBSnews.com, so it must be true. Ford recalls 3 million vehicles over a roll-away concern. Roll-away? What's a roll-away as opposed to a roll-over? Ford is recalling almost 3 million vehicles because of a damaged or missing part that could prevent the automobiles from shifting into the gear intended by the driver. That could cause the vehicle to roll away or move in an unexpected direction. The recall covers select Ford models, the 13 through 19 Escape, the 13 through 18 C-Max, the 13 through 16 Fusion, the 13 through 21 Transit Connect, and the 15 through 18 Edge.
Wow.
A damaged or missing bushing may prevent the vehicle from shifting into the intended gear, causing the vehicle to move in an unexpected direction. The vehicle may roll over after the driver selects the park position. Either scenario increases the risk of crash or injury.
Yeah,
In a product recall report, Ford said it is aware of 6 reports alleging property damage and 4 reports about personal injury related to the recall issue.
Wow, so 6 times it's happened, and they're freaking doing a recall?
I guess they have to look like they've done something, because if one more person gets injured or something, they can claim negligence even though they knew better.
Yeah.
And we're a litigious society. I mean, this is what happens. People sue people.
I told you about my my rollaway incident that I had. God, probably 1995. Yeah, 1995. I had a Hyundai Excel or a Hyundai Accent. That was just the bare bones model that Hyundai had back in the day. And it was an automatic transmission, and I worked for Frito-Lay, the potato chip company, and I drove an hour every morning to my first stop. The trucks delivered the goods. I just went in my own car from store to store, put the chips on the shelf, and got home. And
nice.
Yeah, it was all commission. I remember that year. One of my last years there, I sold $750,000 in chips.
Wow.
Wholesale. And my W-2 said $38,000 for the year. Yeah, $750,000 in chips, and I got $38,000. But I made the best of it. So I drive to work, and I'm listening to Howard Stern like I did every morning. I got to work. I parked in one particular parking spot, listened to Howard for a little bit longer, got ready, took the keys out, closed the door, started walking towards the door to get into the Sam's Club I was servicing. Every morning I'd go to the bathroom because I usually drank a Diet Coke or something on the way to work, and I had to pee. So I went all the way to the front of the store, went to the bathroom, come back out, and they're calling my name. Mike, come here. Come here. And I'm like, all right. And I'm looking, and I could see out the door, and I could see where my car should be parked. And the Tasty Cake guy was parked there. And I'm like, damn it. Joe hit my car. So I go over there, and they're like, "Yeah, your car." I'm like, "What? You hit it?" He goes, "No, it's under the tractor trailer."
Wow.
So my Hyundai Accent, I was able to put the car, keep the car in drive, like I was while I was listening to the radio. I was able to turn the key off, take the key out, walk inside with the keys in my hand, and the parking lot was just slightly sloped. So I was able to walk about 150 feet into the building, and my car still didn't go, far. And it rolled slowly, and it rolled under a tractor trailer after I walked into the building.
So you were able to get it out okay?
Yeah, it basically took the hatchback and kind of flattened it and made it look like I had a trunk.
Nice.
But I had all three back windows, back and the two rear windows, all broken. I was able to drive it with glass flying around, flying all over the place in my eyes.
Was it cold out?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I think it was springtime. But yeah, basically destroyed the car because I was able to take the key out while the car was in drive.
Crazy.
Yeah. Not good.
You have pets, right? You have dogs, cats?
Yeah, 2 cats, 1 dog. Kinda.
According to Gizmodo.com, lawmakers request a recall of controversial Seresto flea collars after grilling the CEO. Congressional Dems took Seresto's maker to the task in a hearing. Company denies any dogs have died from the active ingredients in its collars. They warned that Elanco CEO Jeff Simmons on Wednesday that the company's product, the Seresto flea and tick collar, has been linked to about 98,000 adverse reaction incidents and more than 2,000 pet deaths in complaints to the federal government.
Wow.
It might be banned if the company doesn't acknowledge a problem. See, this is just what we're talking about. You have to get in front of these problems. The stark warning comes after Gizmodo published consumer complaints filed with the FTC about severe problems pet owners encountered after buying the collars or counterfeit versions, including horror stories of dogs even dying.
Well, yeah, you gotta be wary of what you're buying.
It is unacceptable that the EPA has been aware of Seresto's collar safety concerns for years and has continued to allow Americans to unknowingly put their pets in danger by using a product they've been led to believe is safe.
Wow. You know how expensive that crap is?
No idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I know my daughter has a dog, but it's not in the house anymore. And
yeah,
I know, it costs a lot of money, but she goes like a more natural approach with the dog, and he doesn't even have a collar like that, and he doesn't have fleas and shit either. So
right, yeah. Well, it's not a collar that they wear. It's like a potion or something. She puts on the back of their neck, and it's supposed to be like in their skin and on their fur. And she's telling me she just had to pay a $700 bill for the vet. I'm like, what?
Who's she?
The missus. My
wife.
Oh
my God, $700, dude.
Yeah, and I'm guessing it's for this heartworm crap. I'm like, really? Get these fucking animals out of here.
$700,
something like that. Like, really? Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy, for the kids having a pet and all that stuff, but at $700, I might have to revisit that situation.
Yeah,
I mean, I've heard of people have thousands of dollars and in an emotional stress at the vet, they whip out a credit card and pay for a $4,000 surgery for a 10-year-old dog. I'm like, dude, I mean, I get it.
But, our cats are useless. They not tear apart the house, but they think the house is their litter box. So they're outside. They've been outside for over a year now. I'm sick and tired of them. And then the dog is just dumb as can be. So,
By the way, in our third interview, my third interview with Blue Crystalline, Phoenix, Blue Crystalline Phoenix, the alien.
Does she wear a dog collar?
No, but we've talked about in the past, in the third interview here, that if you have cats or dogs, it's very possible they can see or pick up things that are in different dimensions. So I could physically be sitting in a room with my cat or my dog, and they could see an interdimensional being that I have no way of perceiving.
Well, my dumbass dog would bark at it.
Right. Yeah. Crazy, dude. She talked. Did I tell you she talked to a bird? And the bird talked back. And I don't mean it was Polly wants a cracker shit. I mean, she talked a different foreign language, and all of a sudden the birds started singing to her. Blew my mind, dude. You got to see the video, dude. So getting back to these pet videos, are you still there, Mike? You look frozen in time again, dude. You look like you're all stopped up. Well, let's see if we can get Mike back. Hopefully we can get Mike back. We'll find out in a minute here. So anyway, getting back to Gizmodo.com, there's 30 million of these collars were sold in the United States. They say 12 pets may have possibly or probably died because of the collar. So that's 12 out of 30 million, but not because of any of its active ingredients. It does not seem plausible in the least. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, you're back. Okay. You looked paused for a second there. So 30 million collars were sold, and they have 12 that have been possibly related to a death of an animal. That's not very many.
2,000. I thought you said 2,000.
This is what they're saying here.
Yeah. No, something you said earlier was like 2,000.
Well, let's see. Let me roll back up. Yeah, I got the background music going here.
Yeah. Well, earlier when you said that I froze, I was able to hear you the whole time.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So anyway, I'm looking at this, and anyway, it's a sad situation. I hope this gets, I know people, love their pets and their dogs and all that shit. I get it, but I think if you know shit's bad for your pet, don't do it. If you fear it, don't do it. Oh, but he has fleas. Well, do you want fleas or you don't want him to die? I mean, what
and the thing is, you got to watch out for counterfeit versions of stuff.
Sure.
Like for the longest time, I remember years ago, there was a thing about Crest toothpaste. If you buy it at the dollar store, it comes from China, and it's not the same thing. It's not what you traditionally would buy as Crest toothpaste. It's a knockoff in a Crest box, and it's dangerous for you. Well, you shouldn't buy your freaking toothpaste at the dollar store to begin with.
Yeah, well, it's like buying your sushi at the gas station. So
exactly.
Now, if it was Bucky's sushi, I might,
Yeah, Bucky don't have sushi.
According to FoxBusiness.com, whoa, where did I get this sound here from? What's going on here? Costco rotisserie chickens tied to bird mistreatment lawsuit. How did they mistreat them? They killed them?
Right, exactly. I mean, they pulled their feathers out.
Costco sells its rotisserie chickens for $4.99, the same price since 2009.
Wow.
Two Costco shareholders have accused the company of mistreating the birds used to make it. What did they do? Did they talk down to them? Right. Did they say, you people? I mean, what did they do? The complaint alleges that Costco knowingly propagates chickens that are bred to grow so fast that many of them cannot stand under their own weight. It notes that disabled birds, oh my God, don't tell me they're giving little wheelchairs to these birds, are then sent to dirty, crowded factory farms run by inexperienced contract growers who Costco recruited and trained, where they slowly die from hunger, thirst, injury, and illness. Costco's directors and officers cause and are aware of these illegal practices and have chosen to ignore red flags plainly illuminating Costco's illegal behavior, the suit states. They do this as a way to save money, hold firm to a key business strategy, driving foot traffic into stores and increase profit in violation of their fiduciary duties. Have you ever gotten a Costco chicken, Mike?
No. I'm not.
You're done when it's Sam's?
No, I don't do Sam's. We have a Costco
form, dude. I mean, it attracts people. Where can you buy a whole chicken cooked on a rotisserie for $5?
Yeah. Now that I know they're $5, I'll probably go get one.
Yeah. Well, they do the same thing at Sam's. They're like $5, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I know Costco. The only way Xander remembers Costco is the place with the pizza and the hot dogs.
Oh yeah, you can for like $1.50, you get like a Coke and a slice of pizza or something.
Yeah,
crazy.
And the pizza's good. Granted, it's like 400 calories a slice, and you eat 2 slices. The hot dog, and they have ice cream there. Good soft serve, and it's dirt cheap. It is dirt cheap. It is the cheapest meal you'll get outside of your kitchen.
So I don't know the person who wrote this article, but I don't know if they're familiar with chickens. Are you familiar with chickens very much, Mike?
No. I'm from Jersey.
The broilers or the fryers nowadays, that's the type of chicken it is. It grows. You let it grow till it can't walk because it physically can't walk itself anymore, and then you kill it.
Right.
So I mean that's what that bird is. That's its life. That's what it does. That's what it doesn't know any better.
Right. Yeah. It's a shame, but he's not. Yeah.
But I at the same time, I mean, this brings to light when I've seen comments and memes and stuff like, I don't see why guns should be allowed, why people should be allowed to hunt. You shouldn't be allowed to shoot. And don't tell me it's for the meat. You should get your meat like everybody else at the grocery store.
Exactly. I've seen that before.
Stop. Really, dude? I mean, I just hope we're not dealing with that type of mentality or that type of sentiment here, because it's...
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's like fish. It's like plants. They're here with us. Yes, I know they're living things, but there's certain steps and ladders in the food chain and stuff and evolution and all this. I mean,
exactly. Yeah. Do we raise chickens for them to have families and hang out and have barbecues and they're chickens. Their brain is the size of a pea, and they eat rocks. So
all right, they say the red wave may happen in November. Of course, they're talking about voting. I don't think it's about voting. I think it's about this thing I read on thehill.com. There's a tampon shortage.
I hate that.
Here's what's behind the tampon shortage.
Real quick, did you hear? Did you hear? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear that Kotex? Remember, Kotex, the company?
Yes.
Did you hear they have a new slogan?
No.
We're not number one, but we're up there.
Nice. I like it. Nice. Tampons have become the latest consumer good hit by supply chain issues caused by COVID-19 pandemic, inflation, and other factors. According to Hill.com, some have taken to social media to voice their frustrations over the supply shortage of the menstrual product. Great, there's a tampon shortage. Shelves were almost bare at the store today. This will be delightful, one user tweeted. Apparently there's a tampon shortage because being a woman wasn't already a big enough pain in the ass. Nice. So be prepared, Mike.
Did they say why there's a shortage?
It's normal supply chain issues due to COVID. It's the typical attack on, us as a people. If there's a way, they'll do it.
I heard that somebody is trying to push the agenda that men are buying tampons now, creating this shortage.
Yeah, no agenda would surprise me, but I don't think that's the reality.
Your Caitlyn Jenner type people are now buying tampons and creating the shortage.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because that makes all the sense in the world, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, idiots.
Yeah, fucking crazy, dude. Oh my God. Somebody choke me. Somebody kill me. Put me out of my misery here. All right. So anyway, this was a decent show. We had a couple different looks to our last two shows here, 123 and 124.
Yeah,
that's all right. We'll get by it. We'll get through it. We'll do what we got to do here. Hopefully you're hanging out with us, listening to us on podcast or video, and hopefully you enjoy what you see here, and hopefully we have you back. I would invite you to explore other things on our video channel on YouTube. We have concert stuff. We have all sorts of stuff on there, crazy stuff, some crazy interviews. I have some other stuff happening real soon. We're going to be on, Clubhouse real soon.
Clubhouse?
couple other platforms. We lost a platform. It wasn't because we got removed. It's because the platform shut down. Breaker, the platform that has shut down. They've shifted people to one of their sister. They had more than one podcast platform, so they shifted everybody over. So we're no longer on Breaker. You look for us there, but we are going to expand to a few more spots here, so that's exciting. If you have a spot that you get your stuff from, because find us where you find stuff, let me know if we're not there, and I'll see what I can do to get us where you find stuff. So find us where you find stuff, but let me know if you need us to be somewhere else.
Right. Cool.
It's going to be hot this week, Mike, but temperatures are cooling off a little bit. It's going to rain on the weekend, of course, because that's what it does.
Right. It hasn't rained here in a while. We had that drizzle on Saturday, but
today around the Disney area, they had over 4 inches of rain.
Wow.
Yeah, they said there's flooding concerns in that area.
I would imagine 4 inches of rain is a lot to do in an afternoon.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of rain in my area as well, and it's got he's concerned at both Mike's studios here with our vegetation and plants and crops and all that stuff. We got a farm. We might get some chickens, Mike. I might get chickens. Have you been to the store to buy chicken or eggs lately?
Yeah, I guess.
I discussed this several months ago right here on the Both Mike's podcast. I was paying 82 cents for a dozen eggs several months ago.
Where?
Aldi. You know what I paid Saturday? $2.84. It went up by over $2. Chicken up over 40%, dude.
Wow.
So I'm gonna raise both egg layers and broilers and fryers. I'm gonna raise chickens, dude. I'm gonna raise my own. I am.
Only in Lake County.
Farmer Mike, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. And I'm not gonna be one of those guys that wakes up at the butt crack of dawn because the rooster's crowing. First day that happens, that rooster's getting its head shot off.
Nice. Yeah, I would go to work in San Antonio in like a commercial area, and walking into work, and I hear roosters freaking crowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to San Antonio.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's expensive, dude. I mean, shit's expensive. I mean, there's a guy that says that in the Ocala Forest area, there's wild cows and wild horses still there from the Ponce de Leon days. Now, the wild cows, they're a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter than the other cows, but they're a little more weather tolerant. Like they can sit in mud and muck all day. They can be wet all the time, and it's not going to harm them because they've been weathered, they've been tried, they've been hardened by rough living conditions. Supposedly, if you come across one of these cows, you can just claim it as your own. You tag it and claim it as your own. So I said, okay, then what do you do? I don't have a spot. Where the fuck am I going to put a cow? He says, well, what you want to do is you want to buy a cheap piece of property up that way. You can get a small quarter acre or something for like $1,200. I'm like, what? He says, yeah. Then what you do is you take that cow and you put a pen on that little quarter acre and you put the cow in there. Now you have no property tax because you have a farm. And maybe you find another cow and you slaughter a cow. I don't know.
I think you need more than a quarter acre to get an agricultural exemption.
Well, whatever it is, I don't.
Yeah, I think you need like 10 acres.
Really? 10
Yeah.
acres, dude?
Yeah. 10 acres is nothing. That's what it is in Texas. 10 acres or more, you get an agricultural exemption.
Well, it's not going to stop me from doing chickens. I'm going to do chickens. Maybe I'll do some videos, and maybe that'll be funny. Watch Mike on the farm with the chickens.
Where are you going to get chickens? You going to go to freaking Publix?
No.
You can't bring them back to life, Mike.
No. You buy chicks, dude. You go to like Tractor Supply or Rural King, or you order them online from breeders.
They have Tractor Supply here?
Yeah. You can select the specific type of bird. I can select how many eggs I want these birds to lay in a year. That's how scientific it's gotten. I can get the chickens sexed already, which means I know what the sex is, or I can get the run, which means it's potluck. But you get specific breeds for specific reasons. That's why I said when they had this chicken story about the chickens not being able to walk, that's what those birds do. When you buy them for the meat, when they get to a certain size, they can't walk because they're a certain size. You kill them. That's what you do.
Yeah, the Tractor Supply, I've only been there once, and I was completely taken back by the big gigantic refrigerator box in the middle of the store with these little chicks running around.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I thought that was only a Texas thing.
All right. Well, we are out of time. We're out of ammunition. We're out of everything here. So thank you for joining us for 124. Hopefully you caught 123. Hopefully you're still with us here, and you bring a friend next time. How about that? Let's double our audience. If everybody brings just one friend. No, we have gotten 30 new subscriptions on the YouTube page in the past 2 weeks. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. Let's keep up. Let's keep going. Let's keep moving forward here. Check out my friend Gino Losi if you want to catch some monster fish in Florida. Check out my friend Dustin Levine over at the Melon Patch Theater in Leesburg. And check out my friend Night Fan Stan at the Jet Set Printing for all your printing needs in Central Florida. And check me out at HallOfFameFantasyFootball.com. Check us out at WinningFantasyFootball.com. That's the same site. And Winning Fantasy Football's our Facebook group, our YouTube page. It's that time of year. If you want to win at fantasy football, hook up with me. We'll win. We'll win some money. How about that? All right. You got anybody to shout out to, Mike?
No.
All right, good.
No shout outs today. To hell with everyone.
Nice. I like it. All right, guys. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for hanging out with us. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.